Coming up on high school game night, section play begins, and what a way to start. The Section 3 favorites, Garden Spot and Donegal, bringing out the artillery. Who takes the edge in this title war?
The first game, all important in the Section 2 race as well. Can Cocalico soar back from disappointment in week 3?
And Ephrata has been so close, yet so far. Is tonight the night the Mounts bring home a win? High school game night starts now.
Hello and welcome to week 4 of high school game night. I'm Jacquie Franciulli, and this sharply dressed fellow is Bryan Kast, and we've got a packed show tonight.
Yeah, you have been known to pick out my outfits on occasion, Jacquie, but we're starting out with what could be the game of the season in Section 3, Donegal and Garden Spot, and whoever wins it gets that inside track to the Section 3 title.
That's right, Bryan, and I do a good job on picking out your tie and suit combo, but Garden Spot also trying to do a good job at opening night of section play. Spot just joining Section 3 this season, but is considered by many to be the favorites. So could the Spartans protect their home field and live up to the hype? Garden Spot hosting Donegal tonight in the game that could decide the section. And the game is all about turnovers. Mitch Martin picked off early, no problem though. Seth Rare has his eye on the ball, picks off Matthew Bolts. Rare takes it down just before the end zone. Ensuing drive, Martin time with the clean handoff to Adam Haas, powers it home. Spot takes the 6-0 lead. To the second quarter now, folks trying to air it out, but denied. This time it's Matthew Martin with the interception, and Martin turns on the ignition and is off. Martin, though, taken out of bounds. But it's the other Martin's turn now to shine. Mitch fakes the handoff to Haas and maneuvers around the defenders towards a touchdown, finding redemption for the early interception. The opportunistic Spartans taking care of business. Garden Spot takes down Donegal 34-23 and get the leg up on the Section 3 race.
What a game into Section 2 play now. Cocalico hosting Conestoga Valley. The Buckskins have been dealing with some injury issues. Star running back Anthony Brown missed last week due to a rib injury. He suited up tonight and was ready to go, but CV quarterback Ryan Brooks was not. So the short-handed Bucks had a tall task as they headed into the Eagles' nest. First quarter, CV forced to punt, but look who is waiting for it. Jet Janis scoops it up and takes it down the sideline. And look at the blockers making lanes for him. CV's coverage team, hard like the Red Sea. Janis proves his name, jetting downfield. CV finally gets him down at the 10. 66-yard return leads to an Eagle TD to make it 7-zip. Second quarter now, and what is this? A Cocalico pass. Brock Gosling finds Casey Kirchner. He takes it down to the goal line, and the Eagles would punch it in. Cocalico wins big though, 48-0. Responding well to last week's loss. Wouldn't you say that is a shutout victory?
Cocalico definitely responding well. Well, elsewhere in Section 2, Manheim Central traveling to Elizabethtown as they try to keep pace in the win column with Cocalico. The Barons coming off a solid victory over Daniel Boone in week 3. And even with a few nagging injuries, they just keep on rolling. Bear Country would prove to be frightening for them early on, though. In the first, E-Town QB Tyler Cottle rolls left, lost a pretty ball up for Kirby Briol, 13-yard TD, Bears up 14-0. But here comes Central in the closing seconds of the first. Mark Royer goes left side, gets to the second level, good for 31 yards. The Lancaster Catholic transfer feeling at home in Manheim. And if it worked once, why not try it again? Royer rumbling to the right side this time, 31-yard touchdown. Scamper brings the Barons within 7. And they've got running backs scoring on trees in Manheim. Ian Hanselman gets a handoff, nice cut to the inside. This one's a 27-yard score, and the Barons complete the comeback from 14 points down to a 27-point win. The Barons win this one 54-27.
Still ahead on high school game night. Someone will win as Ephrata and Lebanon fight for one in the win column. Who will walk out victorious?
Plus, Lancaster Catholic suffering its second loss in 3 years. How do the Crusaders handle the pressure? All that and more as high school game night goes on.
High school game night is brought to you by JD's Pazzo Pizza in Ephrata.
Welcome back to High School Game Night, and tonight there was quite a lot of noise coming from just down the road at War Memorial Field, Jackie.
That's right. The new look Ephrata mounts have been improving every week, Bryan, and with winless Lebanon in town, something had to give.
Yeah, Ephrata played extremely well last week against Warwick in that second half in that rivalry game. So could they come out with the same kind of energy tonight? War Memorial Field was rocking, mounts up 20-6 in the second half, and their defense was inspired. Max Schramm pressuring Lebanon QB Mark Piles, and the pass is picked off by who else? Bobby Nye. And later, check this out. Punt return by Jeremy Cashel. Lots of space and some great blocks equal this long return into Lebanon territory. He takes a big hit but pops right back up. And on the very next play, Nye hands it off to Blake Weaver. And mama, there goes that man. 35 yards to put another TD on the board for the Mounts. They get the first win of the season and the first for head coach Scott Shelley. 41-13. Congratulations to those Mounts.
Congratulations to Ephrata. Well, to Section 1 now, where the new guys, Lancaster Catholic, opening up section play with Manheim Township. This one looks like an offensive shootout on paper, with Township QB Brennan Scott, a recent member of the 5,000 Career Passing Yards Club, and Catholic running back Roman Clay eclipsing 4,000 yards rushing for his career last week. The big question in this game, how will Catholic respond after their second loss in 3 years? Third quarter, Township leading 7-0. Catholic offense goes to work. Evan Purvis airs it out down the middle for Charles Sharp. Looks like a touchdown, but refs call it down at the 1. No problem. Crusaders toss it out to their workhorse, Roman Clay. The 1-yard plunge ties the game up at 7. Township would retake the lead on the next drive, but Mr. Clay was just warming up. The direct snap leads to Roman rolling off a huge chunk of yards. The drive would lead to a 1-yard Carmelo Cruz touchdown. Catholic comes back from a slow start to down Township 28-14.
And more from Section 1. Warwick finds themselves at 2-1 and playing with confidence. Senior quarterback and our athlete of the week, Zach Hurst, finally giving them some stability under center. And with that hulking offensive line protecting him, he's been carving up defenses. The Warriors taking Grosh Field tonight against the visiting Falcons of Cedar Crest. And it was the Warrior defense making some noise early. Albert Powell comes off the edge. Ball's loose. Nate Johnson dives on it. And Warwick takes over. Running back Ryan Gruitt just punishing the Falcons after that. Listed at 6'2", 212 pounds. Run, big fella, run. Shedding tacklers left and right. Finally being brought down, and that drive would conclude with a direct snap to Tommy Garner. He squeaks in from the 3 for the score. This one close down the stretch, but Warwick kicks a 25-yard field goal with about 15 seconds left to win the game 24-23.
Well, still to come, we find out how Manheim Central and Cocalico stack up in Section 2 as we check in on Lampeter Strasburg and all the scores from around the league.
Plus, we dissected, we debated, and we have chosen our top plays of the week for Week 4 will be revealed after this 1-minute timeout, so don't go anywhere.
High School Game Night is brought to you by JD's Pazzo Pizza in Ephrata.
Welcome back to High School Game Night! Go
Welcome back to High School Game Night. Thanks to those Garden Spot cheerleaders. And time now to check in on all the games around the LL League. And we start with the Section 1 team that has looked sort of unstoppable so far this year, Jackie. It's not one you might expect. Penn Manor has been dominant out there, and that continues tonight, taking down a short-handed Hempfield team. Huge shutout win, 49-0. And elsewhere in Section 1, Wilson crushes McCaskey, 57-10. Sorry, Bryan. That's okay. I still have faith in my Red Tornado, Jackie. And the only other game in Section 2 tonight, the Milk Jug Trophy game, Lampeter Strasburg beating Solenko 45-7. Pioneers moved to 2-2 on the year. To Section 3 now, a battle of 2-1 teams. Elko beats Pequay Valley 34-7, and Enfield Cleona over Northern Lebanon 42-14. And in the weekly Section 3 non-league contest, Columbia loses on the road to Berks Catholic 28-8. Well, it's time to review our Play of the Week nominees. Bryan, what's first up? Oh, it's that Cocalico magician, Jet Janis, a remarkable punt return weaving in and out of traffic. The Eagles with some great blocks to help the speedy Janis in his 66-yard dash. I'm huffing and puffing just looking at that, Bryan. I'm tired. Next up, Ephrata's Blake Weaver with some running of his own. Weaver runs down the sidelines to the promised land to help his squad notch up his first win. Oh, and running backs galore tonight. This time, this is what we were trying to show you earlier. Spencer Moser recovers a fumble, looks ahead to open space, and he is gone. 99-yard dash for the junior for the touchdown. And you can head to our blog online at news11sports.blogspot.com to vote for your favorite play. The videos will be posted a little before midnight, and the winner will be announced next Friday at 5:30.
Well, coming up next Friday, Cocalico hosting the Golden Mules of Solanco as the Eagles try to rack up the wins in Section 2. You can see all the live action on Cable 11. Eric May and Jerry Novak with the call. Our coverage begins at 7 o'clock.
We had a packed night, Jackie, but I've got to say, I was at War Memorial Field earlier to see some of Ephrata's win. Great atmosphere, fans that were into it. Just lots of congratulations to those guys.
You just see the signs on 272 saying go Mounts, and you know, anything can happen in section play. That's why they play the games. Well, that'll do it for our Week 4 edition of High School Game Night. We'll be back next week right here. And for Bryan, Kast, and all of our crew, I'm Jacquie Franciulli. Have a great weekend.